Hey guys, how's it going? I know you guys haven't seen me in a while. I'm sorry. I just recently got internet and been really busy with work and all that. I actually just got off of work like not that long ago. Um, you guys have been talking about defining points in your lives, and I have a few defining moments. One of them was when my grandfather died. My grandfather and I were very close. My grandpa was there for me, my whole life and everything. And he bought a house, for me, my mom, and him to live in. And, my grandpa was always there. Anything I ever wanted or needed, he was there for me. He gave me everything I could ever ask for. And not only that, but he showed me the realest love that I've only ever really experienced with him, and it was an unjudging, it was just a real pure love, and I haven't. He was the only one that I've ever really experienced having that with, and when my grandfather died, it sent me in a big whirlwind. I had hit depression real hard, started cutting. I was into witchcraft, all that other crappy stuff, hung out with gang members. It was really just a horrible lifestyle. I mean, I was actually really possessed with demons. That's how bad I was into this crap. That's how bad it was for me. And being Mexican, you were never, or at least, in my family, you're never taught to really expose your emotions. You're taught to keep them all bottled up and hide them. And that's what I did, you know. Nobody really knew what was going on in my head and everything. I felt so alone at that time. I really felt like I had nobody. It was a really, really depressing time in my life. Um, and this is going to sound really corny, but then I had, you know, gotten prayed for at a Christian church, and I felt this really big release. I felt something I had never felt before, which was even more love than my grandfather had ever given me, and it was so true and so real. I felt that I had a relationship with God and everything was going to be okay. My addiction to witchcraft was lifted. I was no longer doing, whatever. I had set goals in my life, and I was the happiest I could ever be. I can't even tell you. I would do the craziest things just because I believed in God, and I still do, of course. But it was just this unimaginable fire that lived inside me that I just loved. I could not live without. It was amazing. I can't say that I have that now. I really wish I do, and I really, really want to again have that fire in me, because that was the most amazing feeling that I could ever imagine. And then recently, my brother died, and some of you guys know it, some of you guys don't. My brother hung himself, and it was really hard for me because it was right before Halloween, and I hadn't talked to him um, since Halloween, which made it a year. And my brother did so much for me. Me and my brother were like best friends. Like, you wouldn't even be able to tell we were brother and sister. Just facial stuff, but you wouldn't even be able to tell we were brother and sister. That's how close we were. Like, we barely got in fights. The most we did was eating contests. My brother was always there for me, and some of my greatest friends, he was there for them too. I couldn't even describe how awesome a relationship I had with my brother. He was my hero. He did everything a big brother should. And the fact that he went and did that devastated me so bad. And I think that's the first time that I've actually been able to cry. And it was more of a breakdown. It was more of a, You know, I got so angry because instead of, I keep on looking at myself, instead of crying and getting upset, I get angry and angry and angry, and that's just all I do. I become the Hulk. But I was able to I actually got really, really upset and just broke down and cried and just, I used to call him Bubba, even though, you know, we were teenagers or whatever, and, you know, grown adults, I used to call him Bubba, and I was like, I miss my Bubba, I miss my brother. You know, nothing can ever replace the relationship I had with my brother. Nothing could ever come between what me and my brother had, you know. People don't realize how close me and my brother were, you know. Whenever I was sick, he would try and be there and, you know, try and help me and make me feel better and play cards with me and stuff like that, you know. My brother was always there to defend me. Anytime anybody said anything, he would go after them. It wasn't even a question. He never even asked. He would just automatically charge at the dude, and he wouldn't even know what was going on. I remember one time this one kid told me and my brother that, you know, this girl's gonna come slice my throat, which was a total lie. But my brother automatically just straight up told my dad. Like, I didn't even get a chance to even say anything to my dad. He just straight up said, "Hey, Dad, so-and-so said that so-and-so's gonna come cut Crystal in the throat," or something like that. Some slice, some stuff like that. But just the fact that my brother was, I don't know, I keep on babbling on and on, I'm sorry. But that. I don't really spend a lot of time with people because I don't trust them, because I have really bad trust issues. And after my brother died, it makes me want to spend more time with people that are around me. You know, life is so short, and I'm somebody who stays at home all the time. I got into that routine of just staying home, not ever going anywhere, because, you know, I used to sit my sisters all the time. And so I just got into the routine of staying home, being a homebody, not going out and hanging out with anybody, flaking on people, you know, flaking on plans and all that stuff. And it taught me that I really need to break that habit. Two, I really need to spend time with the people that I love most. And, you know, it's hard for me to trust people because I think they're just going to leave me too. Because it's just a pattern. But that was a little inside of me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next week. Oh, and I'll give you a tour of my new house too.